Shout out to Admit every time. I don't know, these companies need to pay me, because one thing about your boy is that if he believes in a company or a product or something, he will tell people. I don't know how many people I've told about Admit. Yo, what is going on, internet friends? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing absolutely sensational. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Chat, my weekly forum where we discuss the issues, things that might concern me, concern you, or anything in between, because the truth of the matter is that I do not have all the answers, and neither do you, but together through open-minded conversation, I'm sure we can come up with a couple of solutions. So, catch me on a calm Wednesday, just having dropped off 14 pairs of shoes. An overwhelming amount of shoes, if I'm very honest with you. Guys, like an overwhelming amount. Like even now I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of shoes. To be fair, I will be compensated for dropping off all of those shoes, which is fine. But man, it's a lot of shoes to have dropped off, you know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, we're in a calm one today. We're on a calm one. We're on a calm one, go sir. It's a zebra crossing, you have the right. Everyone else has to stop, and I don't think anyone will. So yeah, you catch me on a calm one. We are pretty much winding up the year, and it doesn't really feel like it because there's still a lot of things that need to be done. Still writing another exam. Yeah, please go ahead. Still writing another test exam, to call it what you want to call it. On the 17th of November, right, the RE5, Regulatory Exam 5. Should be writing 1 and 3, 5 and 1 and 5 on the same day, but there were no sittings for RE1. You can see my brain is kind of all over the place. And my brain is indeed all over the place. It's kind of hell of a noticeable. People have been asking me if I'm okay. I've just been a bit of a hop, skip, and a step not on point. I don't know what it is, but it's little things, you know. Little things that are starting to add up. Let's get some coolness in here, otherwise I'll boil to death. Also, it doesn't help that the weather has gone from hot to freezing cold to boiling hot to some days like today where it's like in the middle. So no one's gonna look at you weird for wearing a jersey, but if you weren't wearing a jersey, no one would think twice about it. But anyway, it's that, yeah, anyway. We're getting to the point of the year where taking breaks is going to be essential. Being on 100% the whole year like this is not conducive, it's not good. And I'm finding myself unable to do certain things. Now that sounds very dramatic, but like I've really been unable to just get down to exercise. I've really been unable to just get down to like send certain emails and do like little bits and pieces of work. Like we are getting to that point now where beyond being tired and lazy, I'm now just unable. I do need to check more up on people. It's also coming to the point in the year where you're like, shit, who haven't I checked up on? Well, for me anyway, who haven't I checked up on in a while? Hey, are you okay? Are you alive? How's everything? How's your family? Are you okay? That type of thing. So a lot of time is being dedicated to that, and more than that, I mean, things are relatively on the plateau. Nothing is significantly better, nothing is significantly worse. I would say in terms of, I don't have New Year's goals or resolutions, but I definitely had things in mind that I wanted to do, right? And I'm not quite sure if I set those expectations in a reasonable manner. I don't know if I set reasonable expectations for myself, because again, some things are out of your control and you can only control what things are in your control, and that's okay. I think maybe if that's the lesson for the year, then so be it. I feel myself coming towards the end of Let's Chat, which is a thought I've had to kind of juggle with and wrestle with for a little bit now. I feel like there's a lot of things that I could still say. However, they are very case specific in my life, and not to say people be offended, because I don't think anything I have to say would be offensive, but people would definitely question. I was having a conversation with someone, and as I am every week, I feel like, and I was talking about how Let's Chat is kind of the only safe space I have left. Which is weird because it's a video blog for the internet that anyone can watch at any given moment at any time. And yeah, they were kind of just saying it's very strange that this internet thing is go. Oh my gosh, what a mess. What a mess. Oh my gosh. The heck. Anyway, when I'm filming a Let's Chat, I do tend to drive much slower and calmer because I'm multitasking. In essence, I'm thinking, occasionally looking at the camera, driving. But anyway, I was speaking to someone and they were saying how it's weird that this internet blog is a safe space. Why do I feel like it's a safe space? And it's maybe because as I'm saying the words out loud, right? No one is judging me right now in this moment, on this hour, like this exact second as the words leave my mouth. What happens once it's on the internet, I don't really care about that much, you know? And then you got to think to yourself, well, what is it about not getting a reaction that like makes you feel safe? And I'm not sure what it is, you know. I've never quite unpacked that element of my psyche. This person is the worst driver. That's the worst driver. That's just a terrible driver. Anyway, I don't know what is it about that element of my psyche that makes me feel like I can say things, and because it's here and no one is sitting right next to me judging me, that it's okay. But the moment that it's in a different context, there are certain subjects and topics that I'm not comfortable speaking about at all. And it's very tiered, and it's very like which affects you more, and this, that, and the other. But yeah, just thoughts that go through my mind about yeah. Sorry, my brother. Sorry. Yeah, just kind of wondering, like, what is it about shouting things into the ether that makes me feel comfortable, versus knowing that it's going to be watched by at least 3 people. You know, and what if those people have a negative reaction to like what this is? And then I think to myself, anyone who's watching these Let's Chats must have watched as any of my previous content, you know, because I feel like I've grown up on this internet thing, like showing my life on the internet. I've done a lot of that, you know, and it's given a lot of context to who I am and type of person I am, and okay. I do enjoy this car. I feel very blessed to have it. Yeah, there's a lot of context that I think comes with watching a lot of my YouTube videos. Like you actually do get to see who I am and like the rawness, and I've had fights on here with people. I've been upset, I've been happy, I've been at the peak, I've been at the valleys, and it's very interesting to me to think that with all that context, you know, it's much the same like a therapist. Like you build up years of context. There's no therapy that works in 2-3 months and you're done, unless you going every single day, and even then it's not gonna, you need to build that organic relationship. And I feel like over time I've built that relationship with YouTube and this audience. And even though the audience evolves and changes, and like maybe someone will catch a Stompie, like a random person will catch a random video and be like, hey, I saw you put this video on the internet where you're being super vulnerable. I know deep down that there's a lot of context here, and it's, again, like, someone might ask you, so what do you go to therapy for? And you might give them a sliver, and they'll be like, that's weird. But you know that there's a full context, So I guess that is why I'm so comfortable shouting things at the internet. Because anyone who's only started watching recently, in the past 6 months, a year, hell, even 2 years, there's a lot of things that you wouldn't get, you wouldn't see, you wouldn't, And I've tried to be as transparent as I can over my time on the internet, talking about how the internet's a lie and everything is fake and all of that stuff. But ultimately, that's kind of what I've been thinking, what I've been going through, what's been going through my mind. And the reason why I said I think I'm going to stop this chatting of late is because I feel like I have expressed everything that I really need to express. I've let it out. I wouldn't say I've healed, that's a strong word, or a strong way of describing it, but I would say that I've let most of it out. I've let it out, and I don't know what more to say, Like, there are only so many times you can repeat, I'm tired, I'm this, I'm that. But I guess that is what therapy is. You're repeating some of the same things over and over until you come to the realization yourself about how you're going to deal with that issue, or want your therapist to suggest something that actually is meaningful to you. But either way, I don't see... I've always had a place for YouTube in my life. Always. And when I didn't have it, I was very lost. It felt like I was missing something. I felt lazy. I felt, disheartened. I was upset. And then when I got it back for a little bit, it didn't feel authentic because it wasn't authentic. I was just doing stuff to fill time in COVID. But there were bigger issues on my heart that I should have been facing. And then when I thought of, when I went through something earlier this year that put me in such a dark place, it reminded me what this is for. It put that, it fulfilled a little sliver of me, which was wonderful. It gave me a place to share again, I feel like I speak to a lot of people, but I don't say anything because I feel like no one's really listening. And that's understandable. We've all got our own things to do. I'm not saying everyone has to listen to me, or that anyone's obliged, or that my safe spaces were always going to be my safe spaces and that's how they were going to exist. I know that people come and go and relationships change and evolve, and what is a safe space today is not a safe space tomorrow. I understand that. So I need, and YouTube has always been my consistency, my consistency, I can do this every week, and you will always be here. Not you guys as in you, but the YouTube as a greater whole. And I think that relationship needs to evolve. I think it needs to evolve outside of the Let's Chat. I don't think we'll ever see the days where TSH is out adventuring every single week, because unfortunately my life isn't that exciting anymore. It's very boring, and I'm not having the best of times. And some weeks I'm just at home, or I'm having coffee with someone, or I'm doing something that isn't for the internet because it's intimate conversations, But there are times that I'm out and about having fun that I think will be worth bringing you guys along for. And maybe I just need to figure out where that blend is again. Where's that, where does that happen? How does that happen? My sister. My sister. You're welcome, but that was a risky AF. We gotta reinvent this relationship. We have to reinvent this relationship. We need to evolve this relationship. And by we, I mean I, which is another thing on my to-do list. There's a lot of things that I think about a lot that are on my to-do list, and hey, the list is exhausting. But it'll be okay. I think this thing keeps me together. I think it gives me a lot of reason to want to keep going, like in a very indirect way, and it challenges me. And that's nice. It's a challenge that I enjoy. I've been challenged a lot this year in ways that I don't enjoy and I don't like, and I don't feel fulfilled at the end of. You know, when you finish a challenge, you're like, oh, that was so fulfilling. There's a lot of challenges I faced this year that have not felt fulfilling whatsoever. I learned jack all zero. Joking, I learned stuff, but it was never fulfilling and I never felt good about it. But every week when I manage to edit this video, even if there's no edit, the fact that I can sync the audio, put music underneath, make a thumbnail and get it up on the internet every week is a good achievement for me. And the 2 weeks where I didn't have that because I didn't have a computer, it was heartbreaking, but like it was understandable and I had to be okay with that. But now I'm rambling. Anyway, internet friends, I appreciate you all. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing okay. I need to start catching up on people again. I do need to, start catching up on people again, see how everyone's doing. But anyway, I hope you all have a sensational day as always. Share your comments down below. But as always, internet friends, thank you for rocking with me. Remember to love life and all the people in it we're living.